Hello everyone, we are Ferris and Gappo.
The developers of an indie game you may have seen around lately, Garten of Bonbon. There have been YouTubers and streamers playing it, clones on the Play Store, animations, and bird memes. And we're very grateful for it. If you had taken the time to check out our other games, you may have noticed something. Garten of Bonbon is far from being our first game.
We have made games of just about every genre. Action, adventure, serious, multiplayer, horror, everything. And while some of them have had decent exposure, Garten of Bonbon is our most popular so far. Also, here's a little secret for you. Most of them are free if you'd like to check them out. So in short, making games has been a massive part of our lives for as long as we can remember. For an indie developer, nothing beats the feeling of watching people play your games and have fun. And knowing that some of these people were our favorite YouTubers as kids just makes it all the more crazy. Now about Garten of Bonbon. One of the most common questions we've seen is what inspired not just the designs of the characters in the game, but the setting of the game. Well, the idea was to have a setting that most people would be able to relate to and then put our own twist on it. Things that are relatable to anyone and everyone could be associated with their childhoods. We've had this idea for a while now, and a correct implementation is what we needed. After a lot of brainstorming and thinking, a light bulb appeared over our heads, where the idea came through.
A kindergarten. Most people have been to kindergarten, and therefore most people would feel uncanny in a twisted kindergarten, and that formed the basis of our game. After deciding what kind of vibe we wanted for the game, which was a mix of unsettling and liminal, we decided to move on to the design of the character. And right off the bat, we knew two things about the monsters we wanted to design. One, that they needed to be very fitting in a kindergarten setting, and two, that they needed to look creepy as 3D monsters. We decided to go with a style that mimicked those murals and drawings you can expect to see drawn all over the walls of a kindergarten. But also we decided to have them look like they were drawn by a creative kindergartner. And the result was the cast you're probably familiar with at this point. 6 cute monsters, all smiling and laughing, with each looking vastly different from the other. And that was how the Bonbon Gang was born. After finalizing the setting and characters, the next thing to tackle was gameplay. A unique mechanic was needed to make the game stand out. Something that would help the player progress through the game and not be a burden or an annoyance. A toy drone is what we ended up settling for many reasons really, but the story of the drone can be a video of its own. By the way, you can teleport it by pressing right click. And that formed the basis on which we designed Garten of Bonbon. Of course, there are many things that came down the line, such as the gameplay and just how overall the game was going to play out. While deciding how the game was going to play out, we needed to keep our plan realistic and doable.
After all, we both have university as well, so we needed to find a good balance between our studies and what we love doing most, making games. But we pulled through and managed to finish the game, which we are very proud of. We are currently working on the second Garten of Bonbon, and it will be bigger, better, and scarier than the first game. The second game is available for wishlisting on Steam. Go wishlist it now, or Opala Bird will stare at you from your window for the rest of your life. And that's mostly how Garten of Bonbon was born.